Hello everyone, today we are going to do some bug fixing. What we need to do first is actually finish a build, which is what we're doing right now. And we need to see if there's a double cursor in the game. Master volume, window, TF, main menu, campaign demo, housing. Alright, so I'm gonna record a little bit. I'm just moving the cursor a lot. And then I'm gonna press the record button. As you can see, we do have two cursors currently. Press record again. Should now be, okay. All right, so let's have a look. Yeah, so you can still see two cursors, but it also means that the original cursor is actually showing up. That means that we can start hiding double cursor. Cursor locker. When the sound goes boom, make a move, what you gonna do? So we're gonna check for double cursor. I believe there's another button as well to find things more loosely. I believe it was Alt T or something. So we're gonna look for that as well. No. Control T. No. Control Alt T. Also no. So I'll just Google that real quick. Visual Studio. Search alternative loose search. Shortcut. I did Alt Z. Nah, that can't be it. No. Control T. Maybe this is it. So double cursor. Double mouse. Double mouse is what I called it apparently. Alright, so let's have a look. Where is it? Yep, double mouse true. Double mouse, double mouse. Quick save reader. Yep. Alright, but where do we actually... there it is. Extra mouse cursor for video recording. And I assume that actually exists here as well. Somewhere inside of here. Move line, spawn enemy, health bar, sphere, set formation, extra mouse for video recording. That's it. Let's disable it. Oh yeah, okay, let's disable it here. So, or should we? Nah, in the future we're gonna find this via code. So I am going to type here, double mouse, double cursor is currently disabled in the hierarchy. In the general manager script prefab game object in the scene. Alright, so I'm gonna make a note of this here, even though we're not gonna use it anymore, so that in the future, if we need to enable this again, we can just re-enable the solution and don't have to look for a long time like we had to do just now. Even though 5 minutes wasn't that much of a long time. But there we go. Alright. Now we're gonna go to GitHub and we're going to say disabled, disabled, double mouse for recording. And we need to change this here, we need to change this here. Build info doesn't really matter, and this also doesn't matter. So I'm going to remove those so that I only push the things that are important. There we go. Remove this. Next up, we're gonna check here, and now we're gonna also record a little bit to see if the double cursor thing is fixed. And at the same time, we're gonna change it to 4K. As you can see, double cursor is fixed. Now what we need to do is change this to 4K. Unfortunately, this doesn't fix the issue. Let's look at the report that I got. The report was of a resolution of 3840 by 2160. Yeah. Interesting. But it was an older build, so I'm just gonna report that that's probably going to be fixed. So I've just informed someone that that should be fixed in the next update. Next up, we're gonna do another fast thing. We're going to go to the sub oxygen plant, and we're going to change this visual back, because we did have this one, but I don't like it. So we're gonna add this one back. And now this should look a lot better again. We're also going to put that on here. Fixed oxygen plant building visual. Luckily that's another quick fix. Now we're getting into the slightly more tricky ones. Hide the GUI when the trade menu opens. I would like to do that one next. Let's play. Alright, so now when we open the Empire map, oh, it actually hides it already. Huh. So apparently I have already fixed that in the past. That's good. We can unlock the trade routes. Perfect. Alright, well, that's also fixed then. Fixed bug where workforce isn't updated after selling something. Specify something. The 2000 number needs to replace with actual numbers. Alright, let's do that then. We have this 2000 amount here. And it is part of the canvas somewhere. And in the canvas we have the Empire trade menu. Then we have the list somewhere. It should say the word list somewhere. Map title. Prefabs. Actually, these can be removed as well. But why don't I see list? List. A resource list, possibly. Ah, so it's in the Empire trade settings and then under here. Alright. I don't think we need this one either. What's it doing? Oh, that is actually the overlay. Okay, so we do need this. Alright. It's actually kind of nice when it doesn't exist as well. Tricky. What if I just do it like this and then like this? Hmm. Not sure if I like this more or less. Even if we set the height to 500, we still have plenty of space. Is this an improvement or a downgrade? Very tricky. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Let's leave it like this for now then. Alright, but the thing that we are looking for is the resource amount. This is called a button helper, but it does a lot more by now. Amount to import or export, total resource amount, and that's this one. So if I hide this, yeah, alright. Resource total value, okay. So here we have a resource total value in settlement. This one now needs to be set, and I don't believe we are calculating it anywhere. We are not. So how are we gonna calculate this? And how often? Because these only happen on click, so maybe I should just do that on awake. Wait, awake. Loop over all warehouses, count the goods, and then This would be fine the first time we open this Empire map overview, because then it will also calculate these. I think we need to change this to on enable. No, we don't, because this is on the wrong level. Because here we have this, the Empire trade settings. Let's open this. We have something that toggles this on or off. And I think we should connect it to this button. Manage trader, Empire, trade button toggle. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the right one, I believe. Yep, that's the one. All right. All right. So this seems like a good idea to do it, so they get updated every time we open this map. Loop over all warehouses, count the goods in them, select the proper element in the list, update the values there. Alright, so this list gets populated through code somewhere, and we want to access it that way. Actually, that's not here. That's here. So here we have the resource list with a bunch of entries. However, we have the trader here. And here we have the active trade partners. And here we have the list. Alright, let's just play it and see what happens. Because I don't know it from the top of my head. Alright. Open this. Unlock this. And pause the game. Alright, we have resources that we're importing and exporting. We have the resource list entry prefab. Ah, that's one of those lines. Resource list parent, yeah. And that's where all the other resources are being put in. And then we can just say a resource to trade. We can get the type here. That does mean we need to do one get component per type of resource, but that is okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to write the helper, void retrieve total resource of resource type. Then we're going to write resource type I am gonna make this public because we are likely gonna use this elsewhere. Yeah, we don't need to loop over all warehouses here. We need to do that here. And here we just need public transform list empire map list resources. We are trading. And here we're gonna say for each what's the type here? Trade unlock button helper. And I'm gonna just throw this into ChatGPT because I haven't coded in a while and I want to know why this doesn't work. And in the meantime, I'm gonna look here. For each statement cannot operate on variables of type trade unlock button helper because it does not trade unlock does not contain a public instance or extension definition for get enumerator. Oh, it was a single typo. It was getting only one element instead of list. That makes sense. And now we need to do this. Dot resource to trade. I believe that's the one we need. Yep. So there we get the resource type. And what's this doing? Oh yeah, we're getting a number. That was it. So then we can say this has to become an integer. And here we can say dot total value in settlement is this. Why doesn't this work? Oh. Right, and now this has to become text as well. And this has to be converted to string. I do believe that soon I will need to show more formats. I got seen in 1913. Yeah, are we gonna display all resources or just those in import-export warehouses? I think we're just gonna show the amount in the colony in general, in the settlements. All warehouses. For each resource inventory. Global sub all warehouses. There we go. Dot get amount. Interesting. Did I already have that function? Probably. Yep. Great. And count is 0. Count losses. So every time this is called, we get count to 0, and we go over all warehouses, and then we're going to return that number. That number is going to be put into here, or come out of this, and it's going to be converted to a string, and after that we are going to show that in this row. Now I'm also going to upload this as content, because everything is content nowadays. Same for Twitter. For Twitter, for Twitter. Very cool. Hmm. Now the question is, does it actually work? Do you know? No. Do I know? Also no. But we're gonna test it out anyway. It is updated every time the warehouse or this thing is opened. Okay. Is this a Unity certificate thing? Ah. Demo Empire trade map. Demo Empire trade map. Empire list of resources. Which is this. Let's try again. Okay, so we're not getting any errors at least. So what we're gonna do now is just put a bunch of fish in. I believe fish is one of the resources we trade. Well, we are now. There we go. So we now have 2 stacks of fish. There we go. How awesome is this, guys? We now see the total amount of fish here. Very cool. Thanks, Kanye. I don't know why that popped in my head. That's an old meme. Anyway, resources are now counted in the trader menu. I thought this was going to be a lot more complicated than it was, but it wasn't, so that's good. I hope that keeps happening for the rest of the development. Total amount of that resources on warehouses and import and export warehouse. Yeah, we're gonna ignore the import and export warehouses, I believe. Although we could also do this. Like we could do it like this. Ah, this is a list of inventories. I don't even. I'm gonna test it. I was like, I'm not even gonna test this. No, I'm not. I'm not. I have to have some faith in my abilities. I mean, they all have the resource inventories. They all have the same count thing, so this should be good. And otherwise, I'll notice it before I do the next build anyway. Right. So I'm gonna pee really quickly. I've updated the to-do list, but in the meantime, I'm going to place some buildings. As well as this. And this. And an air catcher without anywhere to drop it off, because I think that's fun. Medical facility. Engineer station. And I thought we had some defensive things. Alright, let's I'm just gonna enter this mode. Now I will be right back. I'm back, and I'm also wondering what's going on with this FPS. It's not a dedicated build though, so it's fine. Systems. Now we need to fix a right-click bug. God. Hmm. Cool. All right. Let's focus. Right click sometimes doesn't work, but why? Right. Was it Control T? Right click inspector. Inspector. Click. Handle, hover and click. There we go. So, do we have some form of debugging here? This is the array hit collider game object. So what we're gonna do is just say hit auto debug.log hit plus hit.name game object form game object name. There you go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Whoa. Not sure what's going on here, but it definitely doesn't like this. What just changed? Pooh. I'm a little bit confused. So I'm gonna remove this line. Ah, we have to at least click first. So let's do it like this first. Loop. A loop. And this one goes all the way down here. Loop. Okay, so only on click are we displaying this. Actually, let's also show it here. Alright. Let's see if it actually runs again. Alright. Where does it keep saying terrain rock? Is that the only thing it's hitting? Ah, there just wasn't any updates. Alright. Volcano. Shipyard. Lush pillar. Alright, alright. So let's place some buildings. Iron mine. Ah, okay, so this is one of them. It's hitting the volcano and for some reason not the object around it. Fishery, habitats, seaweeds, oxygen plant. Do we have a market? Market. I think we need to color code these actually. So the market needs to be more green or blue or... So what do we have here in terms of the mesh? So let's select this one, this panel. Yeah, we can do this later. Farm, terrain rock. I believe there are some buildings where it doesn't quite work. What about the bakery? Bakery works. Theater? Theater works. Fire station. Engineer, medicus. Doctor, engineer, fire station. Yeah. Fish statue. Wheel statue. Excuse you. Export. Import. Ah. Exporter. Import. Oh, well. So only hitting some of the importer. Okay, so these raised areas aren't detected. Statue fish. Statue wheel. Terrain rock theater. Right, now let's actually turn on the gizmos. And let's have a look. This one, for instance. Ah. So it makes sense that this one isn't really selectable. You know what? I almost feel like we should just have all of these have the exact same box collider applied to them. And this one probably doesn't have any. Oh, it does. That's weird. And why is the volcano one overriding it? Because it's much larger. Because it's much larger. Alright. Interesting. Let's do it manually for now. So first we have the volcano. And I don't even believe we need a box collider for it anymore. But let's keep it for now. And let's just make it a bit less high. Yeah, something like this is fine. Because then we have the power facility volcano. And as you can see, it is quite small. That's what she said. So, whoa. Definitely don't need this. Okay, the scale here is a bit strange. Nevertheless, this should fix that issue. Then we have the import building. Bloop, bloop. Down. Something like this. And then I'm gonna copy this because I want to use the exact same one on the exporter. Paste component values. There we go. All right. What else did we have that didn't really work? I don't think there's much. I do know we wanted to color code the market. Let's start with the thermal plant. Shipyard. Wait a minute. Why can't I see it properly yet? What's going on? Here, it should be large enough. So why is it still taking the volcano? The volcano goes up just about up to here. And the building itself is higher. Is trigger on the volcano, is trigger is off. What if we just remove? No, we need it. We need to keep it because otherwise mutants won't go around it. But this is strange. So what if we just say 2015? So what if we do this? Ground from top view. If we can sell it, okay, we can sell it. All right, so that solves the issue at least. So the rest doesn't really matter. We have the power facility volcano. We are just going to make this a little bit higher, bit wider in all directions. And this should now work. We could make the volcano a little bit less high. like so. Fixed some mesh colliders to make right click work again. We aren't sure if this is the only thing that's blocking the inspector, because that's why we looked at this in the first place. Inspect or not opening. So I'm gonna remove this for now, and I'm just gonna leave this. And I'm gonna add some extra debug information. Plus, layer. Plus. Okay. For some reason FPS does seem quite poor currently. Habitat. Warehouse. Those guys will bring it here. This one will retrieve it from there. Right click. Works. Nothing is happening. Terrain rock. So markets are too small as well, I believe. Yeah, see? That's the issue. So the issue here could simply be the size of the box colliders. I believe 14 is fine. 14, yep. These don't need colliders at all. Alright. Structure V2, structure V2. Markets. V2 orange. I'm just gonna select all of these. Now we're going to change the color of this thing a little bit. We're gonna do something else, but I'm not quite sure what. Specular color? Nope. Emission. Nah, we're not gonna do emission either. I believe this actually works. That's horrible. Let's see what this looks like in the game. What do we think? What about a more yellow color? Like so. I don't like it. It's too green yellow. That means like so. And like so. Okay, let's see what it looks like in game. Oh, yeah, that works. I mean, it makes it more recognizable at least. Why is the camera wobbly? Why? I don't get it. Hmm. 100% GPU. Okay, so maybe I need to restart the editor in a second. But I do like this yellow. So let's keep it for now. We can always go back to this color. Right. Next up. I am gonna mark this as done, fixing the right click bug. It's fine if we push this as well. This does only get executed on right click, so this cannot be the issue of the performance. Just now, let's close this. So next up, we're gonna fix traders spawning weirdly and fix a bug where after you remove a warehouse, the markets will stop working. And then we're gonna upload a new build to Steam. Okay. However, I am gonna take a little break. So I'll pause the stream for now and I'll get back to you guys later. Oh yeah. And if you can, and if you're not poor, and you know, if you can actually spare it, etc. I am not in a great financial position, so if you can support me on patreon.com/C4LowColonists, that would help a lot. Wishlisting on Steam, also good. So yeah, help if you can, and if you can't, that's fine too. I'll find another way, but you know, doesn't hurt to ask. Thanks guys, and I'll see you